I want you to recognize that that's an incredibly selfish thought when you're not thinking about the fact that others may need this even if you don't. Some of you pick things up right away, other things you struggle with. The things you pick up right away, others are struggling with. So I don't want you to be all like, well, yeah, I got it already, Rabbi. Yeah, but not everybody has. Let them sit and learn, and you can sit there and appreciate that this time it wasn't for you, it was for somebody else. Not every message is for you. Actually, they all are. I'll say that louder. Actually, they all are. But you don't always recognize it. You have a Bible. We call it the scriptures, whatever you call it. And in that Bible, your Creator who speaks to you in that Bible says things over and over and over and I can go on and on with the overs. Does he bore you? Some of you are thinking, yes, he does. Well, then you have a problem, don't you? But he says things over and over and over for a reason. We need to hear it over and over and over. So yes, we're in part 48 because these things are that important. See, focusing on those things above helps you deal with those things below. When you focus on the things below, you forget about all the things above. We get it backwards. Focus as much as you can your attention on the things above, and you'll deal with the things below. Focus with the things above, and you'll deal with the things below. If you focus on the things below, you won't even be aware of the things above. That's when you get in trouble, because your attention is going to be on what you're dealing with below in the fleshly stuff. You will not be focusing correctly, and then that distraction will make you miss the mark on the things above. In the same way, the Ruach does help us in our weaknesses, for we do not know what we should pray, but the Spirit pleads our case. See, this is one of those things that Kenneth Copeland, those guys all quote this verse. When we don't know what to pray, the Spirit will... No, but it's groanings unutterable. So if you're uttering them, then that's not what he's talking about. Is it not that simple? Okay? The Word of Faith guys quote this verse all the time. When we don't know what to pray, then we have to pray in the Spirit. No, that is not what it says here. It says the Spirit is going to do this, not you. He's really abbreviating a huge process into like one sentence. He's giving you the whole process in like one sentence. He knows you. He knows the end from the beginning. He ordains and pre-selects you, opens your eyes, opens your ears, opens your heart. You now make choices, and in those choices, and being called, you respond and you get declared right. And in getting declared right, you are also glorified or honored, esteemed. Did you follow that? This is all connected to the idea of we are suffering, and those suffering should not be a distraction from what we're supposed to be doing. So he's going to round that off with, if Elohim is for us, like he knew what we'd be going through. He knew where we were when he called us. He knew what our life journey would look like. Yet he chose to open our eyes and ears and call us because he knew. It says, yet he has no root in himself. In other words, it's surface. You got excited. You like the idea of not burning and having death, and you like the idea of eternal hell. You like the idea of having every tear wiped away. You loved all that stuff, and so you got excited about it, but you didn't understand that the other part of this, the suffering part, was included, at least in this fleshly life. You didn't read the whole agreement. You know, Yeshua said, I suffered, you'll suffer too. Paul's telling us the same thing here in Romans. He's saying they are absolutely Israel by birth. They're not Israel by choice. Okay, you could be born here in America, and you can choose to go move and live in another country. Although you're American by birth, but not an American by choice. You see what I'm saying? He says, not all Israel are Israel. So he says, not all who are born Israel are actually covenanting to be Israel. Israel had belief issues. They had some of the mechanics down, but they always had belief issues. And because of belief issues, they messed up the actions. They brought paganism in. They brought idolatry in. They didn't trust Yahweh to protect them. They did all kinds of things they shouldn't do, even though they kept some of it. There should be a lesson to all of you. Keeping some of it doesn't get you like a passing grade. Okay? You're not getting into the kingdom with a C or a B minus. Now, you may be a C or a B minus, but you have to be the one that's striving, in Deuteronomy 8:2, making the effort to get the A. The goal wasn't to get you to Messiah coming and revealing himself and dying and being resurrected. The goal was to become him. Okay, it says the Messiah is the goal of the Torah. The Torah's goal is to have you. How many times have I said this? What does Torah do? Torah observance, it blesses you, it keeps you safe, and it's the instrument, the vehicle that transforms you from what you are into the goal, into him.